Hello, Pete here, and welcome to the next part of our series, Divi 5 Explained for 5-year-olds. The idea of this series is to look at the features that might seem complicated in Divi 5 and make them simple for a 5-year-old using analogies. So don't take this as in you are a 5-year-old. It's just so it's helpful for us to break things down and really just think about it simply, and then how that can affect us. This part, presets, is a big part of Divi 5, and it can save you countless hours. They matter a lot, I believe. So let me just run through in our previous video and post. We spoke about variables and how variables were it was like a magic coloring pen. So let's say you go through your coloring book and you've colored in everything red. You've colored in your hearts red, your houses red, etc. Then one day you decide that you want to change all that to be blue. It's not easy, you're going to have to redo it all. However, with a magic coloring pen you can click a button and it changes all the red into blue. That's a variable. So you have your color. Presets is one step up from that. If we can think of presets as in your outfit. So let's say you have a smart shirt, trousers, shoes, socks, white, black, for example. That's a preset. So it can be, but it doesn't have to be, composed of multiple variables or multiple values that make up a clothing outfit. And then you want to change your outfit, you change it, and then it replicates throughout. So I'm thinking of a good example could be a school uniform, right? So you have your school uniform, you have your green jumper, you have your white top, grey trousers, and then the school uniform identity changes. With the click of a button, all the students' clothing changes from green to blue, white, black. That's a good analogy. So think of it like that. And the beauty of it is when you use it with variables, it gets even more powerful. So I thought we'll just jump into it and just show you a little bit about presets and kind of areas to look out for that can not be a good idea. So I've just imported in this layout. This is one of the Divi's layouts. The presets you can find in this preset manager on the on the left hand panel, and here you got elements and group. Elements are like all the different modules. So you can see over here we've got all column, rows, you've got the gallery, the group, the heading. So there's kind of all the different, elements on the site. The groups are the different. This is probably where you're going to spend most of your time. There's things like heading text, box shadow, borders, buttons, things like that. So in my example, I'm going to be looking at headings. Okay, so let's say we have this website, and we have this website, and it's we have all these different titles and things all over the page, right? I've built sites before where I would start off quite neat, and you would have all your headings looking the same, but then over time things happen, and CSS changes, and you then the site gets messy, and this is where presets are so valuable. So we look at this preset. I'm going to jump in here. I've added in this heading. I'm just going to use this as an example. Where you set your presets is this little kind of dot line thing over here, assign presets. You click on that, and then you can either create a new preset or assign the preset. I've already assigned a preset called H2 headings. Over here I've created a group, and it's important to label it in a way that it'll make sense to you. So H2 headings make sense for me because these are all my H2 headings, and you could even do like H2 headings light, H2 headings dark, and then to make it so, let's say you have a dark background and you want it to be light, you could do it like that. I've also assigned it to this one. Oh no, I have not. So let me just assign H2 heading to this one. You can see it changes the way it looked because it's different. So for example, you can see the heading text is sedan, and I'm going to change that to be the H2, you know, so it's using it. Great. Okay, so I'm just going to move my face, sorry about that. Save preset. Okay, cool. So we've got these presets. Now, remember I spoke a bit about how it's like an outfit. So here we go. The presets would be all the different elements. So the heading font, the font weight, the font style, alignment, color, size, spacing, shadow. That all belongs in that preset. So it's a combination of different settings. And it also includes variables. So let's say, for example, I want to edit this preset. I can just go to preset settings. I can come in here, I can change the name. So here we go. You can see I've set the font to be secondary font. That's a variable. So here we go. If you haven't watched the video about variables, go check it out. But if you look at our heading text color, I can click on this variable icon and I can choose red text, which is the ones I created before. Now you can see it all changes. All the H2s that are in that group are all changing to be blue, to red, sorry. Now if I change to be blue, they all change to be blue. So you can see how you know, if I center line it, they all go center line. If I change, you know, if I add some shadow to it, they're all going to go add the shadow. So you can see how you can change multiple values in the preset, and it changes across all of them rather than just one. Now, I want to just point something out quickly. I imported this layout from Divi, and this is not an attack on Divi, but just look at the presets values. This is where presets and variables can go wrong. So if you look over here, all these arbitrary names for the presets is terrible. It's just using the hex codes, right? But this isn't informative enough. Over time, this is going to get really messy. I mean, look how messy it is now. What we need to be doing when adding variables and presets is using clearly thought out names for them that explains what they do. So, you know, red text might not be enough, but red text is very clear. Okay, that's what it is. It just makes it so much easier for us to manage. Okay, so that's about naming. So make sure we name things well. Don't go ahead and just add loads of presets. Again, if you look at the variables example, I mean, look how many there are. It's just crazy. We just need to be thinking about it clearly and just adding in a few, you know, 2 or 3 variables. I mean, for the H2 headings, you don't want to be having lots of H2 heading styles. Your website needs to be clean and consistent. So if you have a brand design, you know, follow that brand design. If you have, if you don't have a brand design, you know, stick to, you don't want to be having lots of different fonts. You want to keep it 1 or 2, you know, 2 at most. So anyway, so that's a preset. And then in the preset manager, you can go and you can edit the preset manager over here, or you can edit it in directly in where I'm doing it now. And once you're happy with it, you just click save presets and it'll update it throughout the whole website. Okay, so that's presets. Presets, just to break it down, are a combination of settings in a group. So like heading text, button, that once you set them, when you edit it, it changes across the whole website. This is really great when it comes to changing the brand. But if you think about it, well, let's say you want to make your website look more Christmassy around Christmas time. Well, you could create a preset for Christmas, and then you just switch it all over, changes throughout the whole website, and then after Christmas you change it back. Something like that. I mean, you guys can get creative, but it gives you the idea. Think of it like the analogy that I mentioned. It's about like an outfit, a school uniform. You set it once and it gets used throughout. As you add more students, it adds more, same uniform. One day you want to change the uniform, click of a button, all the students' clothing change. It's the same way as presets in Divi 5. And please think about using variables alongside it, because then it gets truly powerful and you can organize it so clearly at that point. Main thing is keep the names clear. Don't make an arbitrary name. Don't over add presets. Keep it simple and you'll be alright. So I hope this has helped. If you still have any questions, please comment down below or on our blog, and we would love to engage with you and answer any questions. And if you have any more ideas about what to go on, please just let us know what parts of Divi 5 you struggle with, and we'd love to break it down for you in a simple to understand way. I love analogies, and an analogy is a great way for you to kind of grasp something that might be a bit hard to understand. So reach out, and we hope this helps you all. Hope you have a great week. Be safe.